We are back with Mike Dudek. Throughout the show, Mike, we've learned about what Breckenridge Grand Vacations represents. But a company with this magnitude must have a story, a personal story behind it. Can you tell us a little bit about the developers and how you guys kind of started this company?
Yeah, I can't tell you all the stories, but there's a couple of good ones.
Let's hear them.
I moved here in 1998, right out of college, with $400 in my pocket and an idea to start an advertising business. And the first ad I ever sold was to Mike and Rob Millizer up at Gold Point, and sold them an ad for $1,200, and I tripled my net worth that day. It was great.
That's a good day.
It was a good start. You could do that any day, it's a good day.
Yes.
But I kept going, kept plugging away with my advertising business. I published all the tourist magazines in town. I got pretty proficient at marketing and ideas, but I got ready to sell my business, and Mike and Rob and I had become very good friends over the years, and as they were moving from Gold Point to Grand Timber, they realized they needed some help with marketing. I was able to take the experience that I had in 10 years of doing publishing in Breckenridge and kind of morphed into a timeshare marketer. And our business grew from 8 or 10 employees back then to over 450 today, and things have been great along the way.
What is family as far as what the culture of Breckenridge Grand Vacations? What does it become?
Well, I think that's a really good question. That we like to say, or one of our slogans is, our family commitment, always grand vacations. I think when we started and said our family commitment, I think that we were naively thinking that family just meant those of us who worked together at the resort. I think that it's evolved over the last 25 years for me personally to realize that the family that we're really talking about are those guests and owners that come back to Breckenridge and visit, whether it's their first time or their 20th time. And that we feel like we started trying to create a family atmosphere, but now it's the owners and the guests that really bring the family atmosphere to the resorts. Timeshare is unique in that you can get a week that's the same week every year. Well, what happens then is that family puts that week on the calendar a year or 2 years in advance, and they look at that in the future. We're going to go back to Breckenridge and stay at one of these great resorts. And so you see that happen hundreds of times a month where people are just coming back again. They know the names of the front desk agents and vice versa, and it really is a huge family atmosphere at the resorts. And we take great pride in that because that, we think, makes, coupled with the nice resorts, having the right attitude makes all the difference for people having the best vacation possible.
Definitely agree with that. Now, you mentioned a significantly large employee base, and you guys have been known as, Summit County's employer of choice. What does that mean to you? How do you think that you've gained that reputation?
Well, I think, again, initially, just like with the family thing, I think we started realizing that in order to attract the number and quality of employees that we wanted, back when the resorts really started taking off, we made a conscious decision to be the employer of choice so that we could recruit good people. And now, with some experience, I've realized that that is one of the most important things to making sure that our guests have a good time. When our guest walks up to someone at the front desk or someone from engineering or housekeeping, and that person's in a good mood and happy, that translates right over to the guest.
Sure.
And if we weren't the employer of choice, if we didn't make sure that our employees loved working where they love, they could present to a guest with a negative attitude, and that can impact someone's vacation. We don't want that. And so employer of choice to us is now a multi-level way to look at things. We want to create a great work environment for our employees, but at the same time, we want to make sure that they create a great vacation environment for the families that are spending their time with us.
And it seems like a company to be proud of and also to want to be a part of. So, I can't say enough that I'm impressed with just from what you've said in this interview.
Well, thanks. We're really proud of it. And I'll say that half of our business comes from our owners buying additional intervals from us. And nothing makes me more proud to know that statistic. Rather than the surveys, are you happy on vacation? When a guest of ours takes out their checkbook and writes a check to buy more of our product from us, that says loud and clear that they love going on vacation with our company. They love the resorts, and I'm extremely proud of that.
Well, Mike, thanks so much for taking the time with us and telling us more about Breckenridge Grand Vacations.
My pleasure.
I hope you've enjoyed experiencing the Grand Colorado on Peak 8 with me. If you missed anything or want to share the experience, you can see the show again every night on TV8 Summit at 7 p.m. To find out more about ownership opportunities at the Grand Colorado, visit grandcoloradoonpeak8.com or call the number on the screen to schedule an appointment. I'm Aubrey Wagner, and this was the Grand Colorado on Peak 8 experience. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, Your story is waiting. Choose to make it grand.